Welcome into the Film Guy Network. It's football season, which means I've got a film study for you. What's up? You really like that? Let's shut up and grind some tape.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome in to the Film Guy Network on a fabulous Thursday afternoon here inside the studio, a couple of hours before we go live here at 8 o'clock on a Thursday. Last show, best show. Got a great one for you today with Amaris Williams. Now, Jonathan, I think Georgia, if you had to make me describe their box play this year, I would say big, physical, tough to move mass. But I wouldn't talk about no twitch, no fire, none of that. We're about to watch however many minutes this is going to take of that. That's all we're about to watch. Amaris Williams is a 6'3", 265-pound Azeez Ojulari playing defensive end. That's what I think he is. He's long-armed. He's a little bit undersized for his interior position. They're going to play him in a hybrid role with Gabe Harris and Quintavious Johnson from my sourcing, all right? You're going to see him in this Auburn film study that we're going to show you today playing a little bit interior pass rushing stuff because they had to get him on the field somehow, some way. They chose to do so on third down, getting him in what everybody calls rabbit package, which is your automatic passing down rush package, which is when you get your twitchiest football players on the field. And that's what this kid is. He is a thunderstorm of twitch. That's how I described him today on social media. I will say this, and we're not going to show a ton of it, but there is a very, I wouldn't say critical flaw. There is a flaw right now in his game. He's got to stay on his feet. Now, it was because, in my opinion, he was a freshman, still drinking through a fire hose. When he is free to play, which is what mostly we're going to show you today, good luck. Good luck, all right? I am extremely bullish on this, prospect for a variety of reasons. Former five-star coming out of high school, but most importantly for me, 3 years of eligibility and a lot of rawness that could be cleaned up and turned into an absolute freak show. Excited to do this with you guys today. Got a couple of rules around here. If you learned anything about the game of football today, you must subscribe. If you learned anything about your favorite football team today, you must subscribe. If you have any fun at all today, you must subscribe. Well, shut up and let's grind the tape. For you Georgia folks watching today, and I'm sure there's a lot of you, for you Georgia folks watching today, yes, we are going to watch Sugar Bowl offensive film review at some point, sometime this season. I just figured I'd let y'all lick y'all's wounds. How about the ice cream, though? This is the treat. This is the off-season treat. You got to lick your wounds when you lose, but you get new additions way before everybody else. Yeah? Nothing from Jonathan. Second film study in here today. Don't lose your juice on me now. You better not. You better not. We talking dogs right now. All right, here's the most important thing to note. Down distance formation personnel. It's the third play of the football game. Auburn's got 2 NFL edge rushers, in my opinion, already on the roster last year, 15 and 24. They were the starters. Amaris gave breathers to Keldrick Falk, number 15. All right, so that's who we replaced. But on third downs, all right, they got him on the field early, and that's for one reason, most importantly. He's a twitch dude, right? That's who we put on the field on automatic pass rushing downs. But secondarily, they obviously felt like this kid was way too good not to play. So they had to find a pass rush package for him, and that's exactly what they did. You'll see him a lot in here, okay, and the interior, used as a distraction almost, used as a rapper, used as a stunter, used as a guy that's going to cross the face of offensive linemen really, really quickly and with a lot of intensity and veracity, all right? He plays with a ton of twitch. You'll see this throughout. Now, we get kind of closed down here by Keldrick Falk over on the right side, the defensive end. I think he's set up for a two-way go. Is Keldrick out there on the right side? But here, we talked about this a little bit in our Sam Levitt film study. I never really know unless I'm in the room. I have no idea if Keldrick's job is to run across this guy's face and Amaris's job is to be in-man contained. I don't know that to be the case. What it looks like to me is Amaris thinks this is his gap, and you have a two-way go over here, and you didn't win on the one you chose. I don't know which one of those. Those are the two options, though, as we put two Ds in one hole as a pass rush unit. Do you see that? That's bad news bears. We can't do that, all right? Somebody's got to have outside contain right here. Otherwise, we give up an easy pitch and catch, or worse, we lose contain on the pocket. Discombobulated rushes are no good. 3rd and 10, ball on the 17. Here he comes again for his second snap of the football game. And again, a very similar role out here used as a designated pass rusher. Get some twitch. He's actually down here in the interior. And this is what I love about all 22. And I hope that camera kind of focuses in right there. Let me put a hand out, and then maybe we can focus that one. I don't know. Here's what I love about all 22 footage and sometimes TV copy. I know who's got the best get off. I know who gets off the ball first. I know who's got the best first step. Don't you? You see whose hat's in front? It's his. All right. He's got an elite first step. And you can see this when we watch it from the tight as well. That first one gets into the ground really, really quickly. Okay. Here's what I want you to do, Jonathan. I want you to put us in camera 3. I want you to zoom camera 2 out. Let it focus. Put it back into 2-2 and see if it squeezes like it's supposed to, okay? Same note right here, man. Same note with the get off. Every time you watch this kid, he's going to fire off the ball like he is shot out of an ever-loving cannon. I mean, I think his effort and his intensity off the rock is the reason that number 24 gets home. That worked, huh? Mm-hmm. Is the reason 24 gets home. Do you see this? Look at how fast and how physical he gets off the ball right here and ultimately sets up his teammate to get home. This is some of the stuff I think Georgia was really missing last year. It's just a general twitchy disruptor that made everything easier for everybody else because you just got one dude in there FSUing all the time, just wrecking stuff up. And then we have everybody else to clean stuff up. Look at him get off the rock again. It's going to be a day full of twitch on this channel, man. A day full of twitch. Absolutely nuts, huh? All right, I love this. This is why I gave him the Azeez comp. I thought the reason Azeez Ojulari was one of the best edge rushers, jacks, statistically too, that Georgia's had in this regime was not just his ability to win with speed rush or win with a pass rush. Like most of the guys that are recruited at the level that they are can do that. What I thought was really impressive about Azeez was his ability to play action and get sacks, right? Set the run first, play run, realize it's pass, shed the block, close right now on the quarterback and get home. This is a very similar clip right here from Amaris. Watch this right here, Jonathan. There's so much good right here from a young football player. He's right here on your screen, okay? He's going to get stretched to his face first and foremost. They're going to look like they're play action rolling out because they are. So what Ten's going to do is he's going to recognize this offensive lineman in front of me is trying to reach me. So what's he doing? He's fighting to get his head play side. Do you see how he's working to get his head on the left side of your screen right now? We're going to fight. Now we realize it's pass. Now we're going to dig a rip right here, get flat, and get the pressure on the quarterback, flush him from the pocket. We just turned what would have been potentially a massive explosive completion into a quarterback scramble. We can live on 2nd and 5. We can't on 1st and 10 after a 25-yard explosive, right? So there's a lot going on right there that he checked a lot of boxes of, right? Played firm against the run, get flat, use your twitch, create the rush. Now, finish, right? Finish. Get home right now and finish. We got to. This note just says, holy shit. I wonder what he does. I bet it's his get off again. Oh, no, I love this for a variety of reasons. We correct the other young player who's completely misaligned. We tell him to get his ass over there on the other side of the ball, and then we fire off the rock and just blow shit up. You know what I mean? I don't care if the quarterback kept the ball. That's fine. We'll let somebody else run his ass down. We're in chase. All right? We are in absolute chase, pursuit, FSU mode. All right? We'll let everybody else do all their jobs. I'm doing mine. My job is to take out the back. I'm going to do that. Okay? And I'm going to do it with ferocity. Love that. Hey, you're supposed to be on the other side, dude. Go get on the other side. You're running a stunt with 17. 3 gets over there. 17 runs the stunt. Amen? That's what it's supposed to look like now. Where's the quarterback player? Where's the quarterback player? He's just an absolute twitch ball. An absolute twitch ball. Where's he at? He's in there in the middle right here. It doesn't take long. You don't even have to really search for him. You'll find him post-snap because that first step is ridiculous. Watch him from the tight. Just wrecking stuff the entire snap. Now, I can't wait, and I'm not saying Dinkins not great. He is. And I think we would have seen it. If he stayed at Auburn, we would have seen it year 2 and year 3. I can't wait for really raw, really great athletes that are super gifted from the Lord above. I can't wait until they start playing like the Aiden Fishers of the world. You know what I mean? They get snaps underneath their belt and they start recognizing formations. They start recognizing situations, down distance formation personnel. They start realizing some of this stuff. We're going to show you another clip of it later. They start playing a lot better. Right now, we're just winning and forcing this to bounce off our raw, pure athleticism. Look, we take the front side tight end and we do a great job getting our face prepared for contact. Look at us. We give good eyes to 87 right there. Do you see that? We're preparing for contact, and that's what ultimately allows us to basically win the rep. All right, we're going to shuck him and get so far into the backfield that now we take the tight end. So when this linebacker ultimately scrapes over the top and makes the play, everybody goes, woo, 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 16, and they shout his name in the stands. But in reality, 10's the one who made that play, right? Now, wait until he learns how to, instead of getting eye contact, not only brace for contact, but shed over the top of that first tight end, right? And then we collision the other tight end, and now we make it for a -2 instead of making it bounce for a +4. We're talking ball now, Jonathan. I told you I was going to heat up film study 2, didn't I?
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I want to take a quick break to give a big-time shout-out to our friends over at Sleeper, our premier sponsor on the year, and they're doing a great job. The #1 place for daily fantasy and prop plays, Sleeper Picks is a real money product that connects friends over picks. Choose 2 to 8 of your favorite players from pregame, live, or even across different sports. Pick more than or less than the predicted stats. It's that simple. Over on Sleeper, you can get up to 100x payouts, share with your friends, and get rewarded together. Use promo code Brooks today over on Sleeper and get a 100% deposit match up to $100. That's sleeper.com/promo/Brooks. Again, promo code Brooks on Sleeper gets you 100% deposit match today up to $100. Sleeper.com/promo/Brooks. Terms and conditions apply. I want to give you a quick tutorial of how friendly and how easy it is over there on Sleeper today. We're going to scroll over to the college football tabs at the top right there, and then you can see we've got all the quarterbacks ready for their pass yardage with their total yardages set. We've got rushing yardages for both quarterbacks and running backs, receiving yards, all that good stuff, passing touchdowns. And here's what I am looking at today, guys. Looks really, really juicy. Jamal Haynes, half a touchdown total in this matchup this weekend against Oklahoma. Come on, guys. One place to be this year, Sleeper. Promo code Brooks. We appreciate those guys.
Every note is just, oh my God, look at him get off the ball. Where's he at? Okay, well, no, let's just figure out which one he is post-snap, Jonathan. We'll pause it. We'll do the get-off test, all right, and we'll see which one of you guys gets off the rock first. I wonder which one it's going to be. Let's see here. Down set, hut. Which one is he, Jonathan?
The one across the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I say he's that one right there, you know? Good Lord. Now, here's the deal. Okay, I'm going to coach you up here, kid. We are on a twist again, all right? We're on a TE. We're the T. We're working out. We ain't never been the T on a TE, first of all, in our entire life until we got to Auburn. We have never done this until we got here. And then we're going to spike over. Oh, by the way, remind me to tell you about a players representation camp that came up to me today and made sure that I knew exactly what I was talking about the next time I talked about their client.
Okay.
All right. Anyways. So yeah, we get upfield right here. Great job. But here's the deal. When we do this, we have to sneakily do this and get to the upfield shoulder of the tackle before he recognizes what in the hell's going on. Because we are undersized, bud. We are 265 pounds. And this left tackle over here, if you Google him on the roster, Jonathan, he's 6'10", 365 pounds. He's a big man. So we can't be running down the midline of his body when we set up this stunt. Do you see how we're still working the inside pec right here, Jonathan? We got to continue the wrap all the way outside. We've already done our job and delivered 24 onto the inside of this E, or the E rather to our T. We've already done our job. Now, Our job is to keep contained. All right, because if we go down the inside peck of 73, he's got an outside arm free. He's 6'10", 360 pounds. Do you think this is going to end well for us? No, it's not. It's not going to end well for us at all. We've got to play, as most defensive line coaches will tell you, and he knows this, we got to play half the man. We're always going to be giving up heights and weights as a defensive lineman going up against offensive linemen. If we try to play down the midline of their body, we will lose. We talk all the time about putting guys in their parking spots, right, Jonathan, as an offensive line, getting them into our framework. Well, when we run down the midline of their body, we're doing that for them. We got to play a half. Same thing here. We're playing the wrong half because what's going to happen? Boom. We're the ones that did that, okay? We're the ones that allowed the quarterback outside of the pocket, all right? And we're the ones now getting washed completely out of the screen and getting put on our back, okay? So that's a learning lesson for a young football player. These are the things we got to clean up. Told you at the top of the film study, we got to learn how to stay on our feet just a little bit more. That's a prime example. We also get quite tripped up quite often, which we could get some more of that. Now, this is a much more disciplined rush on a very similar wrap from him. Okay, let's watch it from the tight. You see number 10 in there lingering. Now, he's going to end up being, I believe, the wrap man on this side of the offensive line yet again. And I believe he plays with good outside leverage this time. Boom. That's it, right? That's what it's supposed to look like. 20 snaps later, you know what that is? That's my man Brooks sitting over there with the iPad, or whoever the nerd for Auburn is with the iPad, over there going, oh, 10, we can't do this. But instead, it's with some MFers and some by guys and some GDs up in there. All right, so there's that. But great job. I love when young players are coachable. We can talk later about how to attack zone windows. All right, Jonathan, let's see if you see the same thing I see. 2nd and 5, okay, ball at the 13. We're in plus territory, red zone possession right here, okay? Now, they are in 12 personnel in empty. That's a little fishy, first and foremost, okay? Trips down here to the bottom, you should also know that's Kendrick Law, okay? Now, he's right here. When you see this motion, you tell me what you're thinking, because I was feeling it out last night with some good hindsight. But when I see this motion out of empty and the ball snapped, what are you thinking?
Screen.
Right, screen. And my producer, who never played ball past middle school, knows that, okay? We got to have the spidey senses. They got to tingle. They have to. They got to vibrate, son. Now, when we get older, we start playing a lot freer. We start noticing some of this stuff. Right now, I can almost guarantee you, we're just worried about the call. We're just making sure we're in our right gap. We're not thinking about football. We're not thinking about what's going on around us. These are the things that grow. So we're about to tee up like a real big-time bag rush passing move, not knowing that the ball's about to get spit out. What we should be doing is getting our hands up. What we should be doing is turning around, spinning around, and pursuing the football. You know who's the best at it right now? Mesidor from Miami. Mesidor bubbles and pursues screens tremendously from a wide 9, which is what we're in right now, because he's got good feel. He's also a redshirt senior. He's a sixth-year guy. He's been playing a lot of ball. These are the things we pick up as we get older, right? There's no need for that. We're never getting home. Get your hands up, son. Feel. Have some general sense about you as we get a little bit older. For all you guys, can y'all tackle him? Now, here's what I don't want. I'm cool. If we want to rush him over a guard, he better be a flash player that's taking the eyes of something else, right? He better be crossing the face of a guard to set up a TE. He better be feinting a rush and then being the wrapper because he's twitchy enough to do so. What I do not want him doing is what he's about to do, which is rush with a combined 9 out here. He's going to get swallowed by the guard. Watch how easily, Jonathan, this guard just goes, oh, you're 6'2", 265, I'm 6'5", 330, all right, and just absolutely eats him alive. And it has nothing to do with, Williams, in my opinion. This has everything to do with height, weights, and arm length, okay? We're just not set up to win in here, all right? We're not. We're going to get really, really armed out, locked out really, really quickly. Do you see that? We've got, I would imagine, we can't see it from the other end, I would imagine our hand is off of his chest plate. He's got his hands on us, both of them, we're done. The rep's over with. We have no ability to get off of him. What I want to see happen, and we're going to see some reps of it later, I want to see this guy rush from a 9 because we've seen the get off the ball. Like, dude, I know you can catch the edge. I know you can if we give you the opportunities to do so. He didn't get the opportunities to do so here. Why? Because Keldrick Falk's playing one of the edges and 24's playing the other. I'm with Coach. I'm going to let you rush over the guard too. Those other guys are going to the Sunday League now. You're on your way there. I would let him do all this. You would never read him if he was a stand-up 9 for me, because I'd let him just do this every single time. Like, buddy, we're gonna do what Auburn's trying to do, except they're both committing to the back. One of these guys is supposed to have the quarterback. My opinion, it's probably the secondary player. It should be the guy rushing from depth to pick up the back, or the running back or the quarterback that's ultimately going to hit the depth that we're running from. But good Lord, dude, you would never, ever. You know who he looks like? I felt this way about, he's not this, don't get me wrong. But from a rundown standpoint, you can't read him. He's too twitchy. He's going to blow up the mesh point every single time. I felt this way about Colin Simmons. Colin Simmons was unreadable. You couldn't RPO him. You could not leave him unblocked because he was going to cover the 2.5 steps before you could read the defense and make the decision. He's just going to blow up the mesh point. Same thing for this, guys. These types of twitchy athletes, just let them blow up the spot. Don't make them read. Let them react like he's doing right here. Just let them close the space and blow shit up. Agree?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, good Lord. I think this is a straight-up win with effort right here, okay? This is his first and only solo sack on the year, and we almost do it again, don't we, on the TE? Mm-hmm. We almost get closed off inside, okay? We almost lose our feet again, but it doesn't matter. We're twitchy, we're raw, we play hard with effort, all right? Now, here's what I don't love. Here's what I don't love, and here's me being nitpicky, okay? This is me being a real asshole, all right? But I want you to make $100 million. That's what I want. I want all these kids we ever evaluate to play their best that they possibly can. That's a great sack, right? When I see great sacks like that on second down, you know what I want to know? How'd you play on third down? How'd you play after that? And you tell me, Jonathan, does this look like a football player who just gassed himself out? Because I think it is. And when we're playing 25 snaps a game, none of them can be gassed out, right? We got to maximize every single one of them. This is the very next snap. And I'm not going to say it's a loaf, but we misaligned first and foremost, didn't we? We misaligned. We had to get corrected by 47. We're still getting corrected by the veteran football player, okay? Now we get a decent rush. Do we pursue the football at all, Jonathan? Do we show any burst at all? No, we do not. Okay, so that right there can't happen if we want to play on Sundays. I'm not talking about even playing here. I'm talking about playing tomorrow. I'm talking about playing on the next one. All right, so I think he's an extremely, extremely great athlete. Here's what I do want to show. I want to show one more. Because I think this kid's got to rush as a 9 if he's going to rush and not be designed or used as like just a decoy as a rusher. This is our first and only rep in this football game, really, of him having an opportunity to rush from this wide 9 technique, and I thought it was a really good attempt, okay? Here's why. We get to the top of the rush, and that right there, look, I know we're attacking the midline of the body like we talked about earlier. We're getting swallowed in the chest. We're doing a lot of things wrong. But you know what we're doing right here? We are rushing with a really, really natural pass rush bend. Okay, do you see the angle with which he is attacking the chest plate of this Kentucky offensive lineman? You've got twitch. You've got natural pass rush bend. All we got to do is teach you how to fight with your hands and finish. I think we're halfway there to being a quote-unquote sack artist, all right? And the most important thing about being a sack artist in that 1 through 4 is getting twitch. Like, if you ain't born with that, you don't have it. Like, if you can have great hands, you can have great bend, you can do a great job finishing, but if you don't have that to get home first, it don't really matter. He's got that. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you hit that thumbs up button. Love you. Bye.